Dust. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we're actually going to be doing another video in my Healthy Writer series. So here in this series what I attempt to do is give you a couple of tips and tricks that have helped me to improve my health as a writer. And today I feel like is one of the trickier topics, which is how to be more physically active as a writer. When I'm being productive as a writer, I end up sitting here at this desk or over on the bed or on the couch or somewhere else, just doing a lot of sitting. Hey, that's what's required when you're a writer. But in my day job, I also do a lot of sitting because I work as a budget analyst for a construction company and I work at a desk in a little cubicle. So for me, a productive day often just looks like me sitting on my bottom all day long. And so I've made a lot of efforts in my life to up my physical activity because, as we all know, a sedentary lifestyle is really not good for your health. In the long term, it can really affect the health of your heart, your respiratory system, your metabolism, and a lot of other things. I'm not going to go into all the scary details here because I feel like we get that everywhere right now. A lot of warnings about all the different ways we can kill ourselves, you know. And they say that a desk job is a slow death. And so I really wanted to include in this series a video on how we can be more physically active as writers specifically. Now, this video is mainly going to help people who either are new to the exercise scene or are just really, really busy and have a hard time fitting exercise into their daily schedule. So I'm not really going to talk in this video about ways that you can fit a fitness routine into your day-to-day schedule. For me, I really like to get up early in the morning around 5 o'clock a.m. and actually exercise before I even start my day. That way, I feel like I at least got my heart rate up. I try to get at least 30 minutes of cardio in every day, but I know that for a lot of us out there, that just feels like impossible. It's hard to jump from zero activity to all of a sudden getting 30 minutes to an hour of high intensity exercise every day. So this video is not going to be aimed at helping you to do that. I feel like that's something that everybody kind of needs to work up to on their own, set your own goals and things like that. This is just little things that you can do to sneak in more physical activity throughout your day without sacrificing writing time or work time or time with kids or, you know, any of the other millions of things that you've got going on in your day. These are just a couple of things that I do to sneak in more physical activity so I'm not just sitting all the time. So the first tip is to take the stairs. Whether this is in your workplace, in your home, when you go shopping, when you go on outings outside, if there's ever an opportunity to take an elevator or to take the stairs, always opt for the stairs. It actually is not going to take that much time. In some cases, it might even save you time because you won't be standing around waiting for an elevator. Stairs are a really easy way to get your heart rate up quickly, and it's still going to get you to where you're going. So I feel like that's just a really easy one to incorporate into your day. What I like to do at work is I actually set a little timer for myself just to make sure that I'm moving every hour of the workday. I used to do this on my phone. Now I actually have a Fitbit, but you do not need a Fitbit for this. This is definitely luxurious, I have to admit. It's very convenient. I love mine and I highly recommend one if you are considering getting a Fitbit, paying the money for it. But you certainly don't need one. It's really easy to set a timer on just a regular watch or on your phone. Just set a timer for once every hour just to remind you to actually get up and move. And so what I do to get up and move, just so I don't have to think too much about what am I going to do? Am I going to do jumping jacks in the bathroom or, you know, find some quiet place to jog in place, which to be honest, sometimes I'll do that too. But just to make it a no-brainer thing for me, I'll walk to the back of my building where there are stairs and I just walk up and down the stairs 3 times and then I go back to my desk. And for me, I have noticed a huge difference in my health. And I think that's largely thanks to just going up and down the stairs every hour at work. 3 months ago, I had a really hard time going up and down the stairs. Just going up the stairs once always made me really winded. And I was kind of embarrassed because by the time I'd get up the stairs, I would feel embarrassed if someone tried to talk to me, that it winded me so much. And now I find I can go up and down the stairs 3 times easily. I've also noticed that my pants fit me differently in a good way. My pants fit me better than they did before. I've noticed a huge difference in just the toning of my legs, and I love it. I love that it was just one change, and that's just going up and down the stairs once an hour at work, and how quickly I was able to see changes in my health for that. And so that is one change that I highly recommend. Even if you just do stairs once a day, it's a great and easy and fast exercise. Tip number 2 is to park further away. And this could be when you go out to get groceries, or it could be when you actually go to work. I don't know why, I was always that person who felt like I had to park as close as possible. And I hated being in a car with someone else who was driving. When my husband would do this, or my best friend would do this, I would go places with them like the mall or the grocery store or movie theater, and they would pass up all of these close parking spots and just park in some random parking spot. To me, it was like, hello, obviously you want to park as close as you possibly can because for some reason it was going to save us time or energy. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but I've really changed my mentality there. And now I actually try to park as far away as I can, because that way I can get some more steps in. And it actually doesn't take that much longer to walk just a little bit further, but it does make a really big difference in your physical activity, obviously. And so I do that now. When I take my car to work, I try to park a little bit further away, just so I have a little bit further to walk and I can get some exercise without stepping out of my busy schedule. When I go grocery shopping, I try to park as far away as possible. To be honest, this is kind of nice because I avoid traffic this way, as most of the cars are trying to get to the front as close to the grocery store as possible. I actually feel like I save time because I don't have to look as hard for a parking spot. I just know immediately, yep, that one back there that nobody wants. I'm just going to drive around all the traffic and get to that parking spot that nobody wants, and then I get to get some exercise in by walking to the grocery store. Small thing that'll make a big difference. The third tip is kind of an obvious one, but that is just to go for a walk. Whenever you can fit a free moment in your day. For me, I try to do this on my lunch break at work. Most of the time, I don't even take a lunch, I just eat my lunch at my desk. I'll try to go outside and just kind of walk around my building. And especially as a writer, even if you write from home full time, or you're a stay-at-home mom or dad, or whatever it is that you're doing in your day, if you can find some time to just go outside and walk, this will actually help a lot with your creativity as well, because I find that having that time to myself just to think and to observe everything, especially now that it's springtime and the weather is starting to get nicer, walking definitely can help with your creativity, and it can spark new ideas. Sometimes it can really help you work through problems with your writing. If you are feeling stuck or you're suffering from writer's block, going for a walk can actually really help to overcome that writer's block and to help you generate new ideas, and it's also good for your health. Tip number 4 is to run from zombies. Yes, you heard me right, run from zombies. This is actually something that I haven't done personally in my life, but it's an idea that I actually got from my husband, because this is what my husband does to find the motivation to exercise more throughout the day. He found an app that's called Zombie Run, and what this app does is it's kind of like listening to an audiobook on your phone, but it's really a running app. So it's like this hybrid between running app and audiobook. So what it is you can listen to music while you have it going, and you just put your headphones on and you start running or walking or jogging or anything that you want to do to get your heart rate up. So he'll do this when he goes on a walk at work, or he'll do it just in our living room, jogging in place, listening to his zombie run.
Humanity can't afford to waste tech, right? You take that headset. I'm gonna head off that way, making as much noise as I can to draw the peck away from you. Do something useful with your life, runner.
This is so hard to explain because I haven't done it, but I've listened to him do it. So the whole idea is that it's in the middle of the apocalypse, and there's only a few people left who are not zombies, and there's a mystery that you have to solve, and there's items you have to collect, and so they're sending you as Runner 5 to figure out all of these things, and they'll send you to different locations so they can find out what they need to know. So they'll say, Runner 5, go to this location. And like slowly new information is revealed throughout the story. I think there's like 7 seasons of this or something like that. And I think he's only on season 1 or 2. It sounds like a lot of fun. They have all these different voices and different sound effects. And as you're running, you'll start collecting items.
Collected new Canton transmitter, a pack of underwear and an axe.
So it's kind of like you're playing a game as you're running. For me, I feel like this would be a little bit too scary because zombies terrify me, and I don't know why, but lately I've been having a lot of zombie nightmares and they're really scary. So for me, this might be too scary. But if you are really into zombies and that kind of thing, and you could use some extra motivation to run, because sometimes you have to run away from the zombies because they're chasing you, I feel like this is something that you might really like. So I'll link it down below. It's called Zombie Run, and I feel like this is especially good for writers because we feel motivated by stories, don't we? We love things with stories. Anything that can incorporate a story and can help inspire new ideas in us and things like that. I feel like this would be really awesome, and there have to be other things like this out there, other exercise apps or running apps that incorporate some kind of story or something that you're running from or running to. If you have heard of any more of these, please let me know in the comments below because I would love to find some more, and preferably one that's not as scary as zombies. And then lastly, tip number 5 is to do double sprints. What are double sprints, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. Double sprints is a thing of my own inventing. I call it double sprints just for lack of a more creative name, but basically double sprints is combining writing sprints with exercise sprints or some other kind of productivity sprint. And so what I really like to do, if you've never done writing sprints, there's lots of different ways to do it. You can go on the NaNoWriMo website and they have writing sprints set up. I know there's lots of different websites where you can just type in writing sprints and they have different games that you can play. So a writing sprint is just you set a timer for a certain amount of time, anywhere from a minute to 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long you want to be writing for, and then you just try to get in as many words as possible during that time. One of my favorite ways to do writing sprints is to just go on YouTube and look up different writing sprints, because a lot of author tubers at one time or another will do live writing sprints online, and it's really fun, especially when they do it all together in a group or 1 or 2 author tubers do it together. It's really fun because you can, even if you're not doing it live and this is an old writing sprint, it's just fun to listen to the conversations that happen in between the sprints, and then while the sprints are going you feel like you're part of a group where everybody's pulling in, and for some reason it just feels more motivating when you feel like you're writing with other people. Or it can, if that's the kind of thing that works for you. So I'll go onto YouTube and I'll look up a writing sprint and I'll just have it playing, and then while everybody is sprinting I will get in as many words as I can, work on my book for, you know, whatever the set amount of time is, and then when the writing sprint ends and in that intermedium, I'm making up words now. And then in that in-between time when people are just talking on YouTube and there's, you know, a funny conversation going on, I will listen to them while I either clean my house, do my dishes, or exercise. So I'll try to get in as many push-ups as I can, or I'll jog in place, I'll do jumping jacks, or whatever I can to kind of get my heart rate up, just to move, get some physical activity in, and then as soon as they are done talking and the sprint begins, I sit back down and I keep sprinting. So this is just combining 2 different kinds of sprints, physical sprints and then also writing sprints. That way you are being productive with your writing at the same time that you are getting some more physical activity in. So those are my 5 tips on ways that you can be more physically active as a writer. Please let me know down below if you found any of these tips helpful, if you want to try any of them, or if any of these are things that you also have been doing to just up your physical activity. Yeah, that is really all I have for you guys today. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any other ideas of ways that you can be more physically active as a writer, as a busy writer especially, please comment below so others can see. So until next time, happy writing everybody, be kind to yourself, and I will see you next time. Bye!
Would you come and take a walk with me? We'll cross over the mountains and we'll reach the pale blue sea. I love you, I'm so glad you love me too, and I wrote this song for you. Every word I say